it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted to you. Can't stop loving you. 'Cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't.
All right. We are back. The Toure Muhammad Show is back, and we are back with one more incredible Black woman today. This might as well be the Celebrate Incredible Black Woman Day because it's been a week for the Black woman. It's been the Black Women's Week, and shout out because our next guest I think is a soror of our vice president. So we are so excited to have on the Toure Muhammad Show with my co-host Linda Perez. We have a young lady who is an entrepreneur. She is providing healthy items, food items for our community, food items that many people I think have been yearning and looking for. And she's gonna tell her story, but she went rogue for a minute. She grew up vegan and then went rogue. But now she is back and bringing some flavor to the vegan world. We have here on the Toure Muhammad Show. How you doing today? She's gonna tell her story, but she went rogue for a minute. She grew up vegan and then went rogue, but now she's back and bringing some flavor to the vegan world. We have here on the.
Okay. Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to be here.
Man, it is a pleasure to
Can you
have
guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We had a little technical. We had a little slow drag, but we are so happy to have you here on the show. Of course, I'm meeting you for the first time, but when I talked about we need some new, exciting, and fresh guests for the Toure Muhammad Show to debut our first week on What's in It for the Black People Media, and Linda Perez said, I know the perfect person to reach out to. So we're happy to
that's
have
awesome.
you here.
I'm so happy to be here, and it's nice to meet you, Toure. And thank you so much, Linda, for suggesting me for the show. I love what you guys are doing, showing Black entrepreneurship and great community businesses. I love this platform. Thank you for having me on it.
Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Oh, so Toure, she came by. Hold on, Toure, before you get into it, she came by and got the vegan tacos last night.
Oh, how were they?
Oh, yes, and they were so amazing. Oh, my goodness. I put them on my Instagram, and everybody was going crazy, like, oh, where did you get them from? And I'm like, look, they don't just look good. They taste just as good as they look. Like, those vegan tacos were so bomb. She had the jackfruit tacos. It reminded me of, like, chicken tacos. It was just amazing. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go back today and have a second helping since it's the last day of the pop-up there. I'm like, look, I can't chance it. I'm gonna have to get these a second time. I don't know when I'll be able to have them again.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, it's so important. People think or just assume that you can't eat healthy and it be enjoyable. And it just does not seem to make sense to me that God would create an environment where food can't be both good and healthy at the same time.
Yes. And you know, that's a big, I guess, overarching theme for the alkaline vegan lifestyle, which is a lot of my customers. I cater to people who want to transition into the alkaline vegan lifestyle, which is following the ingredients on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide. And his big message was, God put this food here for us to eat, to live. Like, this is the food that will nourish our life. And that's why, you know, God put it here. So I agree. It tastes great. To me, I think that I think that it's just mental, because we've been socialized to believe that certain foods taste good. It's hard for us to dismiss those notions. However, you just need someone to be creative enough to present it to you in a way that is not scary, and that kind of eases you into it. And that's, I'll say, where I come in.
Yes.
That's,
Your food looks delicious. I can't wait to taste it.
it does. So tell us a little bit about your story.
Thank
You heard
you.
what I said about you. I talked about you in front of you. You went rogue for a minute. That's what she says in the bio.
Right.
She doesn't use the word rogue, but tell us your story and how you got to where you are now.
Okay, so I was raised here in Chicago on the South Side. And my parents raised me in a community full of vegans, actually. So from birth, it's all I knew was veganism. And even though I had family members that ate meat and dairy, my household was 100% vegan. And as I got to be a teenager, my mom, allowed us to make our own choices, which I think was a great thing to do, because it just allowed us to have autonomy and develop our own sense of what is right. And I learned I guess you could say, hard way, that a lot of the foods that are not vegan are just not for me, right? So my health started to suffer from eating unhealthy foods, especially like during my college years. I started to kind of scale back on the meat because I was sick a lot, honestly. I had really bad allergies, and I said I needed to do something to reset my body. And of course, I went back to my roots. I said, I think I want to go vegan again. And before I was introduced to the Dr. Sebi lifestyle, I had started eating vegan again and experimenting in the kitchen again with vegan meals, because I had always cooked and had a passion for cooking, holidays, and I would cook, meat products. I would cook mac and cheese, whatever, the normal foods that we all love and know in our community. But I started experimenting with making them vegan. But I had the knowledge because my mom, raised me in a household where she cooked delicious vegan meals. And so I never thought that it would be hard to make my vegan lifestyle enjoyable. So I always had a positive outlook. And people saw that. They said, Amer, I see you cooking all the time on your Instagram, and I want you to help me. And I had some coworkers that were suffering with some health issues, and they were really encouraging me to start offering this food to the public, and especially so they could get it. They're like, look, I have this issue, and I do believe, like, I've been hearing about Dr. Sebi lifestyle and how it can change your health, and I want in on it. So help me out with that transition. So that's how I got started, actually. Just people around me, they saw the transformation in my life when I switched over to the Dr. Sebi lifestyle, and when I took away meat and dairy from my diet. So I'm very fortunate to have had this full circle moment, I think, in my life.
Man, beautiful, man. People in the comment in the sections, they are getting hungry. They want to come get some food right now. So go ahead, Linda.
Go ahead. So are a lot of your friends vegan, or have you kind of converted them to being a vegan, or do you feel like you have a great impact on family members and friends?
That's a great point. I would say that I have a community of people that have always been open to eating vegan in my life, because they were around during my upbringing. And, like I said, I was raised in a community of vegans. And then I have my other friends that I met outside of that lifestyle. And I think that I have had an impact on helping them see how they can remove certain things from their diet and start transitioning into a healthier diet. Even if they don't go 100% vegan, they may switch out their milks, eat way less dairy, or do like meatless Mondays. Even my family, I would say, like, we all kind of got away from veganism. And since my transition, I think we've all started getting closer to veganism. My big sister actually was the first person to stop eating meat again in our family. But I was the one to take it like to another level. I was like,
Okay.
I'm a cold turkey type of person. And I like when I do something, I just like throw myself into it. So once they saw that like transition, and it's like when I come around, I have to either bring my own food or I have to be the one to cook. And so because of that, you know, I think that my family has been more, you know, transitioning back into veganism because they don't really have a choice. I'm like, if I'm going to be there, I need to have something to eat. We got to have vegan food, you know, even at holidays. People will complain, you guys didn't cook this. And we're like, no, we don't eat that anymore. You know, like if you're, you got to get with the program.
Right. Now, when it comes
So
to the sage,
yeah.
But say it again.
oh, I was gonna say when it comes to sage vegan meals, is it pre-order? Just tell the people about the process on how to order your food. Just a little bit about the business concept.
Yeah. So originally, I decided to do meal planning because when you are trying to be, I would say 100% alkaline vegan, it's a huge transition and it's really like a lifestyle transition. So it's not like you grab a few meals here and there. So I wanted to help people move into that entire lifestyle. So I said it'll be best if I'm providing pretty much 100% of your meals so that you can see the impact of this lifestyle over like a 2-3 month, you know, 2-3 week or a month period. So you can see what it can do for your health within like a short period of time because you fully immersed yourself into that new healthy eating. So I do, like you said, the process. So I do 1 week in advance. I'll have a menu up on my website and you can do either 5 days or 3 days and you get a full day of meals for each day. So you get a smoothie, a snack, and you get 2 full meals, a lunch and a dinner. And they're big meals. Everybody always says like it's plenty of food, it's so much to eat, you know. So some people, like when I have male clients, they're like, yeah, I went to the gym and I ate it all and I devoured it. And I get that. For men, it's like vegan transition is hard for them because they're used to just piling on the food, especially people that are like workout, you know, heavy or lift weights or in the gym heavy, which I can relate to because I also get very, very hungry after the gym, right? And after a workout. And but this food is nourishing. So it really fills you. It doesn't fill you mentally the way that we expect to feel that full feeling and how we get that comfort from food, like sitting on our bodies. It's almost like the opposite. It gives you this energy to just like do anything after you eat. You know, you don't have to take a break or take a rest. You know, there's no, what do you call it? When you get sleepy after you
Itis.
eat. There's none of that.
No itis.
Right. There's no itis. Right. Exactly. You don't get the itis after you eat my food. You get like energy. So I get it's a different mentality. But once you order for that week, the ordering closes on Thursdays, and then you'll receive your food on Monday through Friday. So it's a weekday service. On the weekends, you are kind of every man for themselves. But I try to encourage my clients to cook. So if they have any, like, if they need help, I will, you know, help them send some recipes their way or consult with them about easy meals to cook on the weekend. Because I think it's important that you also get those foods in your house and kind of get into the lifestyle. Like, eventually you want to be self-sufficient.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And so how can people reach you as far as your like website, Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah. So I'm Sage Vegan Meals everywhere. So on Instagram, Sage Vegan Meals. On Facebook, Sage Vegan Meals. And my website is www.sageveganmeals.com. So you can reach out to me. I'll answer DMs. If you even if you just have questions about the lifestyle, if you just have questions about products or where to grocery shop, those things were difficult for me in the beginning getting back into the lifestyle, and even how to make it affordable for you. I do digital meal plans where I give recipes, and I consult with you about how you can cook the meals yourself. I list all of the places where I order my ingredients from, because some of them are pretty hard to find, and where you can get herbs from to support, because that's like the second half of it. It's like what you're eating, but also the minerals that you're receiving, and you get that through your herbs. So I do have sea moss smoothies. I know sea moss was like huge right at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody was buying up all the sea moss, and probably hasn't stopped, honestly. People are just like, I heard sea moss is gonna save my life. And I encourage everyone to start using supplements, but you definitely have to make sure that your diet is matching, because you're not going to get the true benefits of using those herbs without, the supportive, healthy eating, or the food that's going to feed your body and fuel that healing. And sleep. That's a big one. Like, you got to get the sleep. You got to move your body. That's why they call it a lifestyle and not a diet. It's not like a vegan diet. It is a true lifestyle where you start thinking holistically about just everything you do and how it can play into your longevity.
That's beautiful.
Yep, a lifestyle
Thank you.
versus a death style. That's what I'm talking about. I like to use that term a lot.
Okay, I
Right.
like that.
We often have a death style, not a lifestyle. So I know my man. I think my
Yes.
man Sadiq is tuned in to plant-based African, and man, he definitely gives a lot of knowledge in this area. So, but tell me, break down for us, because let me rephrase this and make sure that I understood you properly, and if this is what you were saying. We basically need to eat proper foods right away, right? And then, because it may not be everything that our body needs, we need supplements as well. So if you are eating bad food and then eating a supplement, it's almost like you cancel one out. It's not as effective. Is that what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's 100% ineffective. However, if you are truly looking for healing, so if you have something that is bothering you, let's say, for example, you have the flu and you want to, as quickly as possible, get well or heal your body, I would say that you have to stop consuming what enabled your body to get sick, right? So the products that we're consuming contribute to the deterioration of our health, essentially. So, like, for example, dairy is a highly mucus forming thing, right? And obviously, when you get flu, you get congestion, you get mucus. In order to break that up, herbs will help you break that up. But you need also the food that's electric, as Dr. Sabi would call it, in order to fuel that healing. Like, your body needs energy to heal you. And it's like kind of, an uphill battle if you are just eating foods that are slowing you down and slowing your healing, when you can be eating foods that are actually aiding in that healing.
Right. So you can't say, okay, I'm not feeling well. I need to get my health together and take some sea moss and then wash it down with a Coca-Cola.
Oh my goodness. You know, is I don't I for it's this probably has to do with my upbringing, but I don't drink soda. I never did, really. Like, even before, I probably went through a phase as a teen in high school when everybody else is like drinking soda at a barbecue, and I'm like, okay, me too. But I don't think I've ever truly enjoyed it, so I'm grateful and I'm lucky, right? But and I know people are actually kind of addicted to Coca-Cola, right? Or addicted to,
Yeah, I know some
like the
addicts.
sugar in the pop. And I relate to that. It's an addiction. So you do have to, it is a process to take that stuff away. I think that baby steps are, slow motion is better than no motion. So don't get me wrong. I'm not like, today everybody stop, put down every addiction, because it wasn't that easy for me. I have a sense of discipline. I think that I cultivated through other practices that translated into my diet. But I understand that sometimes it's slow motion. But at least if you are not feeling well, there those types of things, drop them immediately. Like, I mean, things that are literally don't give you any nutritional benefit. Like a soda gives you zero nutritional benefit, right?
Zero.
It's only robbing you. So,
It's a
I
thief.
think that there's a it's a thief. It's a balance though, because there are things that have zero nutritional value, and then there are things that people think are healthy, right? But aren't as healthy for you either. So I think that the more so just start thinking about when you go grocery shopping, turning that can around and reading those ingredients just to get your mind to thinking, what am I putting in my body? Right? Or look at that package and read that ingredient list. And if it's more than, and this is a general rule, and this is going to be sound kind of radical. If it's more than 6 ingredients, then you shouldn't buy it. And that's radical, I know, for most people to hear. Like, if you actually start reading the ingredient list, 6 ingredients is pretty short for most foods that people buy from a grocery store, like packaged goods. But they say stay out of those aisles, right? What are those middle aisles?
Those middle aisles.
Yeah.
Just stay out of them completely.
Yeah.
You live in the produce section, right? That's where you live. And then maybe you grab a few things off of the shelf, and that should be your general rule. There's an 80-20 rule that I follow with a lot of my clients in order to help them transition. 80% completely Dr. Sebi ingredients, and then 20% clean vegan ingredients that you got off the shelf. They have a few ingredients in them. You might get up to 6 ingredients, but that's okay, because you're doing 80% good. And the 80-20 rule, you got to be careful with it. Just try to do it majority of the time, and the 20% is probably when you slip up a little.
You
That's
do.
what's
And
up.
I agree with that, with reading the ingredients, because that's what I teach my kids, especially when it comes to cereal. I make them read it. And if you don't know a word or don't understand it, we sit there, we pull out, people look at us, they're reading it, they're getting the definition, they understand, oh no, we can't get that cereal. Normally it's Cheerios is what we try to get. Something that's healthy, but when they start reading it and they're reading it, they see it for themselves. So now they're making that decision at an early age. So we do look at the ingredients. Now I do have a problem with soda, but I am cutting back. It'll go months where I'll give it up, and then it's like if I have a stressful day, it's like I run back to that Coke. I'm like, oh, I need this Coke before I curse somebody out, and it releases. But that's a mind thing that I have to release and let go, and drink more. So I've been trying to drink more tea. And you're right, when you're sick, tea helps. Natural, not sugar, but natural tea. We try to do that here. So like today, I just had some ginger, a biscuit, and put a little herbs in it, and it made me feel good. It gave me my energy today that I needed, because I was feeling stomach upset, a little down. I'm like, okay, let me make some tea, and now I feel good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think
right.
that what people really saw in me was the mood change. I was a stressed out person. I had lots of anxiety. I was going through a lot. I was depressed a lot. And when you see somebody help themselves, right, by just, changing their lifestyle, it is inspiring for you to then go help yourself. Like you're teaching your children right now to how to help themselves. And that is, I think, what my mom probably instilled in me too, is just how to kind of be self-sufficient and helping
That's
yourself
right.
and healing yourself. And that's
Amer,
awesome. I think
I
that
gotta interrupt you because we are at the
we gotta
close
go.
of our show. We have to wrap up. Man, we appreciate you coming on the show. Shout out to Lenore Muhammad. She said that's why we got to learn to grow, preserve, and store our own food. Listen, we got to bring you back on because you have a wealth of information to share with us, and we appreciate you.
And maybe she can come on the Sadiq show.
Oh, absolutely. So if you haven't heard about have you heard about the Taste of Vegan?
Taste of Vegan.
Taste of Vegan. We're gonna get you plugged in with the Taste of Vegan. With the they do a annual festival and bring all kind of vegan people together to promote their food and everything. So we'll plug you in with Sadiq, the plant-based African, for the vegan fest and how they're gonna do it this
Thank
year.
you.
But listen, we appreciate you for coming on the show, man. We thank Sister Linda for being my co-host today, and y'all have been listening to the Toure Muhammad Show here on What's in It for the Black People Media. We appreciate being here in Wakanda Land on the south side of Chicago. So we'll be talking to you all soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Share, get this information, and real quick, you can go anywhere on Sage Vegan Meals to find you on anywhere on social media, right? All right, that's it.
Yes,
So
Instagram, Facebook, website.
all right, beautiful. We'll talk to you all soon, and we're out.
Thank you.
Mhm.